Hey, but I just got off the phone with my sister. Damn, my hairline kind of fucked up. Look, I just got the phone with my sister, and we had a very educational conversation. Other than, I mean, like, the beginning it was beautiful, but the ending was genius. Simply because I figured out life, not in a sense of me not already knowing, because I already knew, but to understand that everyone has their own test. And with life, you can't cheat off somebody else's test because everybody's test is different. So just like how someone else might get rich, right? You might see someone, they get rich a certain way. You try to cheat your way into that. It's not gonna work. Simply because the questions and the answers are written differently. Just like how they had traumas, your traumas are the same, but they're different. Just because it has the same word does not mean it's the same thing. And that's basically what we were talking about, but in different language. Understanding that once you do know, it's just up to you to allow. Allowance is you get paid for doing something. Allowing is the same thing. It's like you get paid for doing something. But a lot of people get allowing and forcing confused. Let me say that again. A lot of people get allowing and forcing confused. When you allow something, that does not mean you force it. like for me, for instance, I can only talk about what's happened to me. You get what I'm saying? For me, for example, right? I can trade, and in my head, this trade is the most perfect trade ever. And because of that, because of the information that I gathered up, I allowed myself to get this information. I allowed myself to use this information, and I allowed myself to then put it on the chart. And then I allowed myself to step back and allow the motherfucking profits, the motherfucking fruit from my labor to be shown. Does that make sense? Now let me show you what forcing does. Forcing is like, oh shit, this trade looks perfect. Oh shit, this opportunity looks perfect, right? But while you're in the middle of this opportunity, you might have started allowing to begin with. You might have started it allowing. But towards the end, because it's not going the way you expected it to go, instead of you continuing to allow that potential loss or that potential win, you then try to step in front of it and try to force it / control it. There's a fine line between the two. This is where people tell you to love yourself. This is where people tell you to just slow down. Because understanding, just because you have all the answers does not mean that because you have all the answers from somebody else's experience, because you have the answers from what I'm telling you, you're going to pass the test. Because it's your test. You're passing my test, but you need to pass your test in order to get to where you want to go. Life is beautiful, bruh. Because no matter how much you cheat, it's going to always fall back on top of you if you don't have the information, which you are seeking, which you are. But a lot of that might go over your head. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of that shit might just go over your head. I ain't gonna lie. I'm finna make a little video, but understanding that you have your own test. Everybody has their own test. Everybody was brought down here to do their own thing. You will look at somebody else and think, oh, they did it, why can't I? Why can't you? You can. But don't think because of all the answers that they had to do and all the answers they went through are the answers for you. And then once you figure out that those answers aren't for you, and then once you realize that all the answers that you want you already have, allow it. Because once you don't allow it, and once you try to force something that isn't for you, because what is for you is what you're allowing to come to you, you be straight. That's what real love means. I don't know why I did that. But that's what real love means. That's what trusting yourself means. That's what loving yourself means. Love yourself. Put in the time. This video might go over your head because it's a lot of words that you might understand, but it's added together. It's like math, like, but with words. Like, I'm adding words together to get a certain outcome, a certain understanding, but you might not understand that understanding because you don't understand math. You might not understand this level of math that I'm telling you right now. So live your life, continue to live your life, continue to love yourself. Come back to this video maybe a week, 2 year, I don't know when you know what I'm saying, but it'll be here for you. If you kind of feel like you understand but don't really truly understand yet, you are one of them. So continue to love yourself. I love y'all.